What's up, guys? This is RAFA with RAFA Racing. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching again. Today I am here to tell you about a car that I've dreamed about for a really long time. When I started looking into what exotics or supercars I kind of wanted when I was a kid, or kind of growing up as a young adult, the 2012 SLS AMG. When I first saw the car, it was just mind-blowing. The car had just come out. I saw it online. I looked at some of the videos on it. A lot of celebrities were taking it out. I think the gull-wing doors were the one thing that just made the car more of a wow thing. At the time, there wasn't a whole lot of cars that had over 500 horsepower. So coming in at 563 horsepower, it was one of the more powerful and kind of quick cars out there, really. The sound of the car, the look, everything about it is just absolutely beautiful. It's one of the more elegant, crazy looking cars that I personally like. There's not a whole lot of aero, there's not a whole lot of loud and big wing or anything to speak to. And I personally fell in love with it and always wanted to have it. So when I first decided that I could actually afford, or once I decided that, okay, I can now afford a car that I want, it's a car that I wanted to buy. The more and more I searched for it, I just couldn't find the right spec. I always wanted to get the liquid metal color with the red interior, and it was always hard to find. I guess it's one of the more popular specs on the car, but I couldn't really find it. I would find a black on black. I would find a convertible one, which I didn't want it because of the doors aren't the same. And I would find a white one, which I came close to buying a white one, but when I finally found the spec, I just decided to actually hold on and waited. And then a year later, I ended up buying my first McLaren. So a long time coming for me to get to the point where I came across it again. The opportunity was right. And so I ended up finally buying sort of my dream car from 10, 12 years ago. It's in a really great condition for being a 10-year-old car. It's been driven and maintained. Don't have to worry about the depreciation or the value of the car. If the car had 500 miles or 1,000 miles, I'd be more concerned about the driving of the car. But because it does have a few thousand miles, and it has service records and everything, I feel pretty comfortable. I can take it on the road if I want to. The paint looks so slippery on it. It looks very slick, almost watery when you look at the reflection of the light. The red interior is not too loud. It's not too dark and maroon, but it's not too bright and orange. It's sort of a really good complement to the exterior. Has a massive carbon ceramic brakes. The car weighs about 3,800 pounds, somewhere in that range. So it was more of a heavier car to come to a stop. So you had to have this crazy braking power. This has got to be one of the biggest hoods out there. In terms of the front end of the car is just absolutely massive. It reminds me of the Viper. It reminds me of the current AMG GT. I don't know, I'd have to see them side by side, but this hood just looks as big of a hood as I've seen on the car. Being an older AMG and having had an older AMG, a CLS and C63, I would think that the car itself is actually going to be a pretty smooth ride. Maybe 8-9 years ago I rode in one of them, but I actually didn't get to drive. I only rode in one. So it's actually pretty fun and cool to finally get my own version of it. The last thing you guys got to take a look at and be able to hear is the exhaust. One of the best sounding exhausts that I have. So let me turn it up and I'll rev it up for you guys so you guys can actually hear it. That sound is just absolutely incredible. I'm fascinated by the sound. I love it. It's so freaking loud. Alright, so this is my first drive. I love the way it sits. The seats are really, really comfortable. So it's actually, I can see being able to do road trips on this car, believe it or not. Right now, just taking it easy. The car feels great. It's 2012, so for an older car, it drives well. You don't hear a whole lot of rattling and noises, and step on there a couple of times and see how the car handles and how it feels. But as of right now, I'm pretty impressed. The long hood actually doesn't seem as distracting as I thought it was going to be. We're about to kind of step on it and see what it feels like. It sounds big. Oh man. just feel it. Yeah, it's definitely AMG. The immediate power, got an upgraded exhaust and it's not even on right now. And it's just screaming. Yeah. It's actually crazy.
How high RPM was that?
That was only like 6,000. Man, it feels so awesome.
Sounds nasty.
Yeah, it sounds incredible. It has really good pops to it. So far, I love the car. I can see this being a really enjoyable daily driver or whatever you want to do with it. Super spacious. The cabin is really big, and it's plenty of headspace here. One of the big things that I love about the car, obviously, is the doors, the signature doors. It's the reason why I wanted to buy it some 5-6 years ago. Actually, I wanted to buy it when it first came out. I really wasn't in a position to afford the car at the time, so it was always a dream car that I had. Let's see if I can get after it again and some cars go by. But overall, I really like the car. It's really well maintained. The leather is in perfect condition, so you know it's been taken care of. It hasn't been in the sun or not, you know, not looked after. So yeah, baby. That is just, man, what a sound. Yeah, that sound is just unbelievable. All right, guys, so that's it here for today's episode. Hopefully you guys got to enjoy the car as much as I enjoyed showing it to you guys. It's one of my favorite all-time cars and one of the cars that I've always had as a dream car and something that I wanted to get one day. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give us any feedback, comments, subscribe, hit notifications, tell your friends, tell your family. Thank you for watching.